Well, we have a lot of conversations right now about DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a big piece of that is seeing ourselves represented in places and spaces. And so when I was fully grown, my kids were 2 and 4 years old, and I saw Pam Oliver on the sideline for Fox. And I'm looking at her now. At this point, I'm fully grown,
Hmm.
working in marketing, but I saw her doing it and I was like, oh my God, I used to love television. I wonder, even at late age, if I could do it. And so we moved from California to Huntsville, Alabama. My ex-husband was a baseball player and he then became a manager. So he was managing in the A's minor league system. So we went to Huntsville, Alabama, because he was going to manage the AA team for the A's. And I said, I couldn't do what I was doing in San Francisco. I was working for a boutique marketing agency. I said, but I wonder if I could give one more shot at television. So I called the local stations. I found a general manager at the CBS affiliate that was willing to give me a chance. And so he said, look, it's going to be an unpaid internship.
Hmm.
You're going to
Fantastic.
have to shoot, write, edit, report like everybody else. And, and we'll see what happens. So when I got there, they had actually changed the way they did it logistically, and I had to enroll in school, even though I was done with college already. So I went and I enrolled in a class at the local college so that I could, be within their parameters. And I did this internship, and I literally would go out to games with my camera, set it up on the sticks, do my stand up,
Hmm.
cover the game. I go back to the station, write up my story, edit it, and then they would air it. And that was my entree back into television.
That's so cool, man. Was it like? And I don't want to go off too much off script, but what was it like working in that environment too? I mean, this just for me,
Yeah.
just curious about that.
It was really interesting. Nobody knew that I wasn't a paid reporter.
Right.
And I tell you, honey, dress for the job you want.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I went in there as if they were paying me in gold bullion because I realized that the opportunity to not only have the equipment, we didn't have where we could do it on a cell phone. I actually needed a $50,000 camera.
Big camera,
So,
yeah. Hmm. I remember those.
exactly.
Hmm.
Mhm. So, I really took this opportunity seriously. And I believed that if I'm able to do this in a like 60 something market, I could, with my experience that I had as a kid, because I mean, at the end of the day, when I was 13 years old, I did the last interview with Jesse Owens before he passed away,
Oh my
when I was
God.
still working on Kids Watson Just Kidding. And I knew that I had the chops for it, but I wasn't able to do it in college because as a scholarship athlete, you couldn't at the time use your name or image in any way to get advertising or to amplify your brand. So it was coming back to something that I had that vision when I was a kid and knew I could do it. That if I could do the same thing as an adult and put in now the experience and wisdom that I had from having worked in the workforce for as long as I did, that I could really make something special out of it. So it was interesting. It was
Yeah.
really interesting to,
Yeah.
to be a Black female in the sports world and not having a lot of people. Pam Oliver was there, but there weren't many others that looked
No.
like me. And
Mm-mm.
there were many, many times when I was in the locker room trying to get a story and I was the only woman, or if there were other women or a woman or two, I was the only woman of color.
Hmm.
And understanding that these guys they're the subject, and that they are a part of the story, and understanding that they could be of value to me, I could be of value to them, and really getting those relationships in place so that I could climb throughout the industry.